You know, I always thought that I rescued you from the Dragon's Keep.
You did?
No, it was you that rescued me.
In this video, we're going to take a closer look at the relationship between Shrek and Fiona as it grows and changes throughout the movies. Their story isn't just a simple fairy tale, it's full of layers and develops in a really beautiful way over time. Let's start by getting to know them before they met each other. Shrek was basically a loner. He liked to keep to himself and didn't really want to get close to anyone. He preferred being alone in his swamp, and honestly, he wasn't thrilled when others tried to help or be around him. Plus, people often judged him just by how he looked, without even trying to understand him. On the other side, Fiona was a young princess with a big secret: she was under a curse. Because of that curse, she had to stay locked away in a castle guarded by a fierce dragon, waiting for her true love to come and save her. Now, Shrek didn't go to rescue Fiona because he was some kind of hero. He actually did it because of a deal he made with Lord Farquaad. If Shrek brought Fiona to Farquaad, he'd get his swamp back, which had been overrun by fairy tale creatures. So saving Fiona was more of a means to an end for him at first. But as Shrek and Fiona spent time together, they started to realize they had a lot in common, even though they seemed like total opposites at the beginning. One of the surprising things was that Fiona liked the same kind of food as Shrek, which seemed a bit odd, considering she was a princess. But when you remember her curse, which turns her into an ogre, it kind of makes sense that she'd have similar tastes and habits as Shrek. This shared connection brought them together. However, their growing bond hit a rough patch at one point. Shrek overheard a conversation between Fiona and Donkey and misunderstood what Fiona was saying. He thought Fiona believed she couldn't be with him because of how he looked.
Who could ever love a beast so hideous and ugly? Princess and ugly don't go together. That's why I can't stay here with Shrek.
In reality, Fiona was talking about herself, not him. This misunderstanding caused some distance between them for a little while. But once Shrek made up with Donkey and learned the truth about Fiona's feelings, he didn't give up on her. The big turning point is at Fiona's wedding to Lord Farquaad. Shrek arrives to stop the ceremony, and that's when he finds out the truth about Fiona. She's actually an ogre too. And this is a really important moment because it shows that Shrek likes Fiona no matter what form she takes.
Well, that explains a lot.
Whether she's human or an ogre, it doesn't matter to him. After Lord Farquaad is defeated by the dragon, Shrek and Fiona get married, and their story as a couple truly begins. In the second movie, their relationship gets a lot more complicated, mainly because of the expectations and pressures they're both dealing with. At the start of the film, they're on their honeymoon, enjoying time together. But things take a turn when they get invited to far, far away to meet Fiona's parents, the king and queen. This visit is tough, especially because Fiona's dad doesn't really accept Shrek. It's clear he doesn't think Shrek is right for his daughter. On top of that, the fairy godmother is causing trouble too, since she wants Fiona to marry her own son so he can become king. Shrek is seen as the one ruining those plans. All Shrek really wants during this visit is to get a blessing from Fiona's father, to have him officially accept their relationship. One of the hardest moments for him is when he finds Fiona's diary. In it, she has written about wanting to marry Prince Charming, but those thoughts were from before she met Shrek. Seeing this, Shrek starts to feel like maybe Fiona isn't truly happy with him because he's not a perfect prince like she imagined. That's why in the movie he decides to transform into a human. He thinks that if he becomes a handsome prince, Fiona will be happier and their relationship will work better. He goes through all of this just for her, hoping it will fix things. But the most touching part is what happens at the end. Fiona and Shrek both return to their ogre forms. Even though they had the option to stay human forever, they choose to be their true selves, and that's what really matters.
I want what any princess wants. To live happily ever after. With the ogre I married.
Fiona loves Shrek for who he is, not for how he looks or what he appears to be. Her dad starts to see how much Shrek means to her, and he begins to accept him.
I only wanted what was best for Fiona. But I can see now. She already has it.
In the third movie, we still see how Shrek and Fiona's relationship grows, but compared to the first two films, it's not the main focus anymore. One big change is that Fiona finds out she's pregnant, which is a whole new chapter for both of them. Shrek suddenly has to step into the role of a dad, and at the beginning, he feels totally overwhelmed by the idea of becoming a father. It's a big adjustment for him, but over time, he really rises to the occasion and starts doing an amazing job as a parent. Then, in the fourth movie, we get to see Shrek as a dad to not just one but three little ogre kids, Fergus, Farkle, and Felicia. He's genuinely happy with his family and the life he's built, the wife, the kids, the friends, everything seems perfect. But at some point, he begins to feel like his life has become too routine and predictable. He gets a little bored because nothing feels new or exciting anymore. Shrek literally has everything anyone could want, yet he misses the old days when things were different. If you remember, in the first movie, Shrek was upset because people judged him and were scared of him, so he kept to himself. But now, in the fourth movie, nobody is scared of him anymore.
Oh, Mr. Shrek, would you sign our pitchforks?
And our torches!
Oh man, you used to be so fierce.
Yeah, when you were a real ogre!
A real ogre?
Everyone loves him and his family, and Shrek actually misses being the intimidating ogre he used to be. This feeling makes him make a huge mistake. He signs a contract with Rumpelstiltskin, who offers to give Shrek one day to be a normal ogre again. But signing that contract means he essentially gives away his life for just one day. This creates a completely different reality where Shrek was never born. In this alternate world, we see what would have happened if Shrek had never met Fiona. Interestingly, Fiona ends up rescuing herself from the castle after waiting so long. She didn't actually need Shrek at all. The whole movie becomes about Shrek trying to show Fiona that he is her true love, even though in this new reality, she doesn't recognize him because he never saved her. The key to fixing this broken reality is true love's kiss, which breaks the spell and cancels the contract. Luckily, in the end, everything gets sorted out. The strange alternate world disappears, and Shrek's real life returns to normal. After all of this, Shrek really learns to appreciate his family and Fiona even more than before.